What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. Nadeska, Akademiks, and Wayno here with a very special guest. We got Moneybagg Yo in the building. Good morning.
Good morning. Back in the building.
How are you?
I'm feeling good.
Ain't too early for you?
Yeah.
Still waking up?
Way too early.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
It takes Ak a while, too. So look, we had the first annual Everyday Struggle Awards back in December, and Moneybagg Yo actually won our Streets Unlock Award. So you're the first.
I appreciate that love, too.
Yeah, no. Ak was very passionate about.
Well, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say you're the first winner that we've had on the show, and so we thought maybe you want to like take home an award. It's technically part of our set, and it's like super heavy, but like
yeah.
I don't know if you're like traveling light today, but like this technically belongs to you.
Absolutely.
Official award.
Yeah. I remember when it came to award show time, I was like, at least for the candidates we had nominated, I was like, yo, Moneybagg got to win this award, just because, like, just seeing how his shit perform, and like. It's not even, it's some stuff that don't even bubble up on a commercial radar. Like, it shows that he literally got the streets on lock. So you got to show him some love for that.
Exactly.
You feel me?
We had a lot of debating, but I think like what really got you over was like you were starting to transition from not just the streets, but like your sales started going up, your influence. Like me being from Harlem, like seeing how people fuck with you up here was like really.
It's hard. It's hard. They tell me a lot. It's hard to like just capture New York. Period. Yeah.
You said before that you thought it was important to sort of take over your city and build that core fan base first.
Yeah.
Was your city very receptive to you at first?
Yeah, like, soon as I dropped, I had dropped this single called I Need a Plug. Like, soon as I dropped it, it took over the city, took over the tri-states, and the rest was history. Like, I just started doing shows, stuff started getting serious. I was dropping mixtape after mixtape, and you know, I'm here now, so.
Yeah, I seen you drop like 10 mixtapes in 1 year almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, then my label, like, they was like they would slow down, like.
But starting out, was that like, did you feel like you was dropping shit? I mean, I know people was gravitating towards you, but did you feel like, you know, people wasn't as receptive? Like, you kept continuously dropping stuff. Did it feel like it was a moment where it wouldn't happen for you?
Nah, I feel like, I never thought that I wouldn't be able to drop. Like, I never thought that, but even with a label, it's still cool. It's just like, they just strategic with everything they do. They just want to plan and plot. Then you have to turn in early. You have to do, it's just a whole nother game like you have to do. But I understand it though.
Yeah, I feel like the grind of like Memphis artists are different than everybody else, yo. Like, I feel like Memphis artists, y'all be like really, like just going in.
Exactly.
Like, I be seeing y'all even when I saw you do numbers, I'm like, damn, yo. I'm like, yo, how is he doing that numbers? I ain't even seen him really hit New York yet.
Exactly.
You feel me? Like, how is he doing numbers? It's just down there? Like, it's just, how is that like instated into you? Like, you just normally get down like that, or you see everybody else doing it, other artists? And
talking about like how I started doing it?
Yeah.
Like, it was just crazy. Like, I told, like, it just organically happened. Like, I just kept putting the music. They just what the fans want. They just want to eat. Like, you just got to come and just smash, be in their face. Like, can't give up. You got to shoot the content. Like, I always done it. I always been creative. I always came up with everything I really done before I got what got it. And he just got in my ear and got to mentoring me a little bit more and put me on this and giving me, laying the options out. Like, you can do this, but if you do this, it might happen like this, but I ain't gonna come in and try to take over the situation. I'm gonna still leave you open to do what you wanna do. You know what I'm saying? So it was just love. And it shocked everybody that's on the team too, like how the numbers, when they were seeing, they were like, oh, you something special. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Down in y'all circuit though, it seems like it's a lot of support. Cause I remember I had a conversation with Gotti one time, and he was just telling me like, what y'all do on shows, like not just finances, but how many people come out on a nightly basis. It's like up here we don't have that. We don't have like people coming out and genuinely seeing y'all come perform, like as far as artists. But like how was that, like being able to hit the road and being at like that circuit all down south and see the reception?
It was a good feeling, most definitely coming from where I came from and where I started, just really starting from 2,500 a show to 5, 15, 20, like just going up. It just was love. It just because when I first started rapping, I was doing it just to make money and to get out the struggle. I wasn't doing it because I had the passion for music. I had developed the passion. Like as I got to move, and I was like, I really love this. Like I really like, and then my life became music. Like everything I did, it was just in a song. So I just was like, boom, it's love.
That's really dope because the fans noticed it too. So we actually had a fan question. They said, hey, Everyday Struggle, I wanted to know, why do you think Memphis artists like, Dolph, Key Glock, and Moneybagg Yo do so well on the charts? What do you think it is, the marketing or just that they're big in their region? So I guess it's a combination of everything, plus you're saying, just the passion that you have. But people notice, like, you guys do very well.
Exactly. You just got to mash, like I said, content and keep putting the product out. So that's the special thing about it.
How'd you link up with Gotti? And why'd you? Because I think for a young artist coming up, I think that's a big step. But why would you think that would be the next step in your come up when you were?
To be honest, I ain't think that'd be the next step for me. It's like me and Gotti had like 3 meetings before I even took the deal with him, and elevated everything. But I was just like the new sauce coming through the city, the new wave. And Gotti labeled himself as the king of Memphis, and he reached out. Once he reached out, like really the rest was history. Like we chopped it up. We had like 2-3 meetings, and the rest, he was like, "Little bro, your career like a layup. I can take you from boom, boom, boom." And I was like, and then there was a lot of people like from the city, cause we from 2 different parts. I'm from the south, he from the north, and they really don't like get along. They don't, they bump heads a lot. So people like they weren't feeling in the city, but I just seen a bigger vision with the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, man, I can take you from here to here. And I just believed him, but everybody was like, don't do it, don't do this, don't do that. But I was like, how y'all know, like, y'all, you know what I'm saying? How y'all know? Let me try this. Let me see what's going on with it. You know what I'm saying? And
was it the things he said to you in the meetings? Because a lot of times when you're like bubbling, a lot of people would promise you big things, but they don't deliver.
Yeah, he real motivational, like, and he's smart, he motivational. He stand on his word, like, he gonna stand. You know what I'm saying? So
I see with Memphis, it's like y'all kind of crafting your own, not just your own sound, but your own like kind of movement. Like I see you embrace like action pack. I mean, young brother coming up. It seems like you kind of doing the same thing Gotti did with you.
Exactly. And then I just wish like a lot of more people would have done that. But like you got to understand, like they coming from nothing. I just respect that grind. Like it's a lot of people like Action Pack, Big Boogie, Cold Cash. It's a lot of them out there, you know what I'm saying, just doing what they do, Chopper and a lot of other individuals. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect their grind like they trying to feed their people. So I respect it.
So you've been traveling outside of Memphis a lot, and when you collabed with Cole, that was really dope. And I remember you telling the story of how it came together, like you sort of just bumped into him in a hallway, you talked about it, asked him, say, I'd love to work together, and it happened. So you've worked with a lot of other people, like Future, Tory Lanez. Have you developed a lot of just dope relationships by running into people on your travels? Yeah,
I developed a lot of good relationships, like, but in the beginning of my career, I didn't even like to work with people. I didn't even like to like if you go back and listen to a lot of my old mixtapes, no features really. But probably Gotti, when I linked up with Gotti, I really didn't do features a lot. But I'm starting to open it up, and then my fans be requesting it. Like I read the tweets, I'm in tune with the fans, and they comments, and they just be like, "Hey, do the song with, I think you'll sound hard with," and I be like, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like I should try that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I always wanted to know that because like your subject matter, like your song titles, they always seem like they come from a place of like, I wouldn't say a meme, but it's like it comes from kind of like what's going on social media, like doing too much, no features. Like it seems like you're really in tune with the fans. It's like, how is it engaging with them? You know what I mean?
This I just like to stay up on top of things, and then doing too much, like that was a real situation. Like, I really was going through that, and like she took me through that situation. I went straight in the booth, and I was like, boom, and I ain't think it was gonna be.
But wait, that was all with one girl?
Yeah, I swear to God.
That's facts.
I thought it was like a combination of like different people,
it was
but it was just like one girl that happened with?
That was one girl that the situation going on. She was fly, she was capping like she was pregnant, all that. So it's just like
doing too much.
But it's just, I think that's what kind of gets people like even up here to relate to it, because it's just something that everybody could dig into. You know, doing too much is a record where I don't care where you from. There's always somebody in your life doing too much. If you had a regular job, like you could feel like on your new project, are you gonna have like more shit like that?
Yeah, most definitely. I had mixed it in with kind of like the new bag, the old bag, cause my fans be like, where the old bag at? We want the old bag, I'm sorry. But it's just like, it took some time. It's like, it's hard to keep it like balanced at the same time, cause at the same time, the fans don't understand sometimes that you trying to grow. They think you leaving them, you getting too industry, you doing all this type of stuff, but you trying to make, a better way for yourself. and you just, your vision different. But then it's like I managed on Forever Heartless, I just managed to like just whip it up in the pot, like with the old bag, with the new bag, and just give them what they need. Like.
So. Wait, I know we just skipped past it, but like the joint where you and Cole just happened because y'all just bumped into each other, was that easy? Like that, it sounds too easy.
Yo, he literally was like, yeah, we were in a hallway and he
like,
came into a room. I talked about my album and it happened.
I'm telling you, like, we was in Cali, we was at Chalice, there was a studio. Chalice, I had never been there. And he told me he didn't even supposed to be there. He was on tour. He just so happened to stop. He stopped by, boom, I come out the studio. He come out of studio, hey, we bump into each other in the hallway, huh?
You knew you were?
Exactly, and I'm telling you something else. He told me he was a fan of me. And I told him, of course I'm a fan of you. You know what I'm saying? So he was just like, for real. So I come in the room, we just get to chopping it up in his room. And I was like, yo, I'm working on my first major album with the label. If you get time, hey, come over there. But I ain't think he finna come over there, to be honest. So it was like 2-3 minutes. He right behind me. Hey, pull some up. So I had pulled some up just like in his lane, on his vibe. Cause that was my mind was it like trying to go somewhere else. But he was like, no sir, I'm trying to come where you at. I'm trying to come like, so I just got the trap with J. Cole and it was just love.
That's dope. It's like, I noticed like on a few songs, like you rap, like, you know what I mean? Like you rap. And like for me growing up in New York, I remember like my first time hearing 3 6, and then you see how they had their influence on like A$AP Rocky and them. Is there anybody from New York or up this region that had influence on you growing up?
I was gonna say Pac, Biggie, all them type of people. Everybody like A$AP Rocky, all them. And the thing I like about A$AP Rocky is the fashion and the whole drip, like the whole thing he got. Cause that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to transition into fashion movies, like with this whole Forever Heartless thing I'm doing too. It's like I got this short film I'm working on. I'm finna put out. It's called 24 Hours, and it's like 8 to 10 minutes long. And it's kind of like in the movie format, and you're gonna see like Netflix or somebody, they need to give me a little check. They need to give me a little check for it, I'm telling you.
Probably go get that.
Yeah.
How did y'all come up with that artwork for it? Cause it like them taking your heart out, that shit look crazy.
I probably had like 10 other different ideas that I supposed to did, but they looked at it and they were like, it's too basic. It looked like mixtape. You evolving, we don't need that. Even though it is a tape, it ain't the album. But you still, it need to look here larger than life. You know what I'm saying? There's some guy that was putting in my head too. And I was like, maybe, like you might be right. So boom, what I did was I actually set the whole setup like a procedure, like a hard operation, and it turned out good. I shot a video trailer to it and everything.
I seen it, that shit was mad graphic. It looked like a horror movie almost.
So it was crazy.
And what you saying that, like I wanted to know, like what's your approach with how you approach like the mixtape versus the album? Like how do we distinguish that? Because people always say, you know, this is a mixtape, this is an album. Like, is it how you approach the music?
You gotta look at it like, I don't know, it's how you approach the music. Like, I'm doing this strictly for the streets right here. This strictly for the streets. This is what they asked for. This is what they've been waiting for. They want that old bag, like, so I'm giving it to them. And like the album is strictly, it's just new levels, new vibes, and different productions, all that. Like the content huge, larger, and everything. You're gonna see a difference from this than the album.
Gotcha.
It sounds like Gotti has been giving you a lot of advice, and I imagine transitioning, you know, into this like bigger artist, all the things you want to do. There's some challenges. I saw you tweet recently that, like, you know, being famous gives people a reason to turn everything you say into something negative ASAP. Is that something you've been dealing with a lot?
I deal with it a lot, and reason why I tweeted that yesterday too. And the reason why I tweeted that is because like they took this situation. I went on there. It was like, you got to know, like, we human too. Like, we deal with a lot of stuff. So I was going through a situation, and I went up on my Insta Snap and I posted, but they took it and made a little blog about it, like, oh, with this old prom picture and things, and put it beside it, like, oh, he wrong. Cause I was saying something like, I don't mess with them type of girls no more. They saying like, who he think he is. He supposed to be a sex symbol. He think he, like, it wasn't even like, it wasn't even that type of little vibe. You know what I'm saying? So I just was like speaking the real, and I was speaking directly to a person. She know who she is, but they took it like and made it crazy, made it negative.
But at that point, do you feel like does that make you be a little bit more reluctant on social media? Like, maybe I shouldn't post certain things?
Yeah, now I'm starting to get it. Now I'm starting to like, oh shit, like, like you famous. Like, but I was looking at it like I'm on bag, like boom, boom, you can't be moving like that though.
You got to filter. We also talk a lot about artists. You're talking about the baby having some issues, sort of like, even with fans, they're like, they love you, you know what I mean, and they want to support, but sometimes they might do things that are a little out of pocket, like filming you with you not looking, you know, putting their hands around you. Are you ready to deal with those situations?
It just make you uncomfortable. Like, it's an uncomfortable situation.
You know,
I feel what he did on it. I would have done the same thing. Like, facts.
I was just about to say that because I was about to say, look, because Act yesterday kept talking about, it doesn't matter. For me, it
act like I was co-signing.
No.
Access
This my thing, yo.
This my thing.
Even with us just now meeting, right? I gave you £1. You know, we embrace each other.
Exactly.
If I'd have grabbed you around your waist, you would have been like, yo, what are you doing? Like,
yeah, like, oh look. You know what I'm saying?
My whole point was this, and like, Moneybagg's fans are different, but there's a lot of artist fans, like they make street music, but when they go to their shows, is primarily white people, to be blunt.
But do you not have some fans like that at any of your shows?
And what I was saying is that sometimes they don't understand your background or even the content of your music. They just like the music.
Exactly.
So again, when you like you're the meet and greet with these motherfuckers, they don't even know how to like interact with you because like they listen to the music, but they don't know how to interact with people like you.
Exactly.
You feel me? So again, maybe that's how they take pictures with their homies. I'm just saying. I'm not picking up for them, but I've gone to a lot of like, I've seen rappers who, there's two types of like street rappers too that I see now. I see people who make street music and their fans be all white, like at their shows a lot of times. And nigga shows that make street music and look like you about to get shot when you go to their shows.
Yeah.
Two different crowds. You get me? I'm not gonna judge the content to each music, but you know, like you gotta deal with your fans differently when you see the demographic of your fans.
Okay, first of all, what's your audience like? Is it mixed or is it only one? I'm not gonna quote him.
At this point in my career,
bulletproof vest, man.
At this point in my career, it's mixed. It's beginning to become diverse. Like I'm seeing Mexicans, I'm seeing Caucasians, I'm seeing all type of people in the crowd, and it's because I'm venturing into the tour world. Like that's something I really want to do. Like I'm glad we brought that conversation up. I really want to get into the whole touring and seeing different, like you said, different people in the crowd instead of the ratchet. You know what I'm saying? I want the ratchet now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I want to bring the ratchet out of everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel you
trying to get those Europe crowds and stuff. So then, do you feel like you have to prepare yourself to act differently around those fans, like he's saying?
It's like you do have to humble yourself and try to be cool and take pictures and be cordial with everything, because you know they different. You don't want
no-go.
It's no-go. You got grown-ass men here.
You got to like, nah, bro, we don't do that, all right? You little pose, I do my hair.
Hey, that crazy, cause Black Youngster was just telling me that on the phone. He was like, bro, man, they're humble. Like, man, you gotta, man, just be you, do you, and put them on your type of vibe. Like, put them on how you coming. I felt them. I was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, that's how I'm finna come.
That's an interesting thing you said too, like from touring, cause I know that coming from the South, you started with a lot of club shit, heavy, people being there, but then with touring, you see how different it is with selling tickets as opposed to doing the clubs. Like, how's that change been? It
feel good. Like my last 2 tours, like even in New York, I announced the date, like 2 days after I announced the date, sold out. Like that's crazy for me. It made me feel good, and it's a blessing at the same time. I just like it's cool. Like when you go in clubs, it's like they there to see you, but it's like they standing there like they almost too gangster. You know what I'm saying? They just give you that vibe and give you that turn up. But when you walking on them tours and you walking on real venues, they screaming word for word everything you saying. So it's just crazy, and they interacting with you more. So it's just a better feeling.
I think there's a sense of like arrogance in the club because it's niggas out there that's hustling and getting money, and they might feel like I'm getting money too. Like I ain't gonna be like, they be too cool to vibe to the music.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They feel like they just too gangster.
Yeah.
Then most of them, like, you got the female, my female fan base is huge. Like, they always front and center, they there. They packing the house out for me. And then you got, like, the males, they probably just like, well, it's gonna be a lot of girls at this joint tonight. I'm gonna just come fall through because there's gonna be a lot of females in the joint. You know what I'm saying? So
you enjoy being a sex symbol? I see his female fans, they go hard for him on Twitter. I peeped.
Nah, for real, it'd be cool. I just be doing me though. I ain't trying to make myself that, but you know, I work out and stuff.
I'm not trying, but I'm trying a little.
Like, what has Youngster like your relationship with Youngster? Like, what has he like even taught you as you like, you know, go along with your career? Because I feel like he's always like out there, like him giving you that advice that like, yo, just turn up and be you. Like, I feel like he's him 100% of the time. He don't never change for nobody.
There's most definitely he's him. Like I just like his energy. He give you that, even if you like sad or you just say not sad or you down, you got something going on. I don't care what you got going on personally. He gonna turn you up. He gonna make you feel good about life. And it's just you want somebody like that around. You want to take advice from people. And a lot of people don't know he's smart. Like he really smart. Like he really got it together. Like he done put me on stuff. I was like, oh shit, like for real. I bet. So,
switching gears for a second, I wanted to talk to you about family because I know that you were the oldest out of 3.
Yeah.
You're right, oldest out of 3.
Yeah.
I did some homework. Well, I wanted to know, like, you know, just making your mom proud. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know you went through a lot of shit in the street, and like, how's it been for her to witness this whole transition?
It's crazy, like, and what you was saying about the shows and stuff. She be wanting to come to the show, but it's like, mom, like they ratchet. Like you want to protect. You know what I'm saying? You want to have her. But she be had to understand it. But I let her come to when it's like the big venues or the festivals. I let her come check that out and it just give her a good feeling. She always tell me she love me. She keep me motivated through texts. I'm praying for you, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing.
That's dope. That's real dope.
You whatever happened with like you had that tape with YoungBoy and it shit like it got put out but it never like materialized. I don't know what happened between y'all.
Yeah.
Was it like some miscommunication?
It was just a miscommunication situation. It was crazy, but you know we just looking past it, man. Like it is what it is. But I agree with you. It was a great tape. It was a real good tape. Like it was amazing. I feel like it could have did real numbers if we would have boom both it on it, but it is what it is.
Did you ever patch that situation up or is just...
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, man.
You and Kevin Gates are also really tight, right?
Yeah,
he's one of the most interesting rappers out, I feel like, just personality-wise.
Exactly. Nah, most definitely, and he's smart. There's another smart individual. Like, he gonna put you on all type of games. Like, and everything, like just to go about your life and how you should go about it. Like, and what we were talking about, like we ain't gonna talk about that on camera.
Yeah.
But what we were talking about, he put me, he just helped me understand the situation. It wasn't like he persuaded me. But it's like he just helped me understand. Like it's better this way. I promise you. It's more peaceful over here. You know what I'm saying? And I understood that.
That was a beautiful moment.
Exactly.
That was a beautiful moment.
We going larger than life on the album. Like,
shit.
So I could see. I mean, for the moment, just looking at the title, it looked like it's about to be some shit.
That's that ratchet talk. Like my fans, they be requesting stuff like "Don't Know," make another "Don't Know," make a "Don't Know" part 2. I'm like, I'm gonna give you that, but this time I add a little flavor in it. I'm gonna put somebody like the City Girls on it. Boom.
What's it like working with them? We were talking a lot about them on yesterday's show.
I never met young man in person. I never met them in person. I just got a good relationship with QCP. And when I did the record and I heard it, and my engineer was telling me, yo, we need somebody to talk that girl talk, like just get a female or something to get them a little vibe to. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna holler at P and I'm gonna see, boom, I'm gonna shout it over to him. And the rest was history. Like he sent it back ASAP too.
I seen how you built that situation when you were saying like, you know, the Migos had this situation or whatever, and you built like a lifetime relationship as opposed to being like selfish. Remember like with the what is it, take off, lost a bracelet or something?
Oh yeah. In Nashville. Yeah. And we followed the tour bus and gave it back to him. Like that was real. Like we could have took off. Yeah, we could have took off with it and chopped it up.
But I mean, like that just speaks so many vibes. And when I see like up and coming artists and they think like everything is just so fast, it seems like you've really been pacing your career.
No, you do it. Like I was listening to Cali yesterday. He had a little he was at the Crown at the Apollo and he was speaking some real talk. And he was just like, it's better when your career do this instead of do this, like shoot straight off. Like, you don't really just collect everything that you need to collect. It's better when it just moves slow up like this.
Right.
And I agree with that.
That's a big part of life too. I mean, like that, everything, you know, with social media, just with how everything, we in a microwave era, everything comes so instantaneously. Like, it's really dope to see like the last thing that grows on the tree is the fruit.
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean? The last thing that grows on the tree is the fruit. So, how has it been in your career? Like, what's some of the next things that you're trying to do? Like, what's the fruit you're trying to be in your career now?
Like I was just telling you, like fashion, I'm trying to be like big with the drip. I'm trying to be
like what type of fashion we talking about? Because there's a lot of
I ain't talking about the word. I ain't talking about the word.
Anybody wearing a purse
no Chanel bags.
the purse thing been going crazy these days, man.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that vibe. But I'm trying to
gangster fashion.
Yeah, I'm trying to make everybody feel comfortable and cool at the same time. So
with your own clothing line or like collaborations or both?
I'm with all that, like collaborations, my own, like everything. And I'm trying to do the movie deal, so.
Maybe you could help Akademiks out.
I do need somebody who's fashionable to help me out. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I admit when I need help.
Free promo, just send him some boxes.
He never really tries. He never really
wants to try. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but if you send him things, he'll wear it.
I love black too. A lot of people say I wear black a lot.
Don't wear?
Exactly.
Yeah, for me, I feel like black, you can't fail.
Yeah.
You can. I mean, I've seen you fail a few times, but you know, we ain't gonna get into all that. I've seen him fail a few times.
Shots, okay. I'll take it.
Even with the fashion thing, like, do you still mess with Gucci?
I don't know. I want to pass on that because
I feel you.
it's like people like they just take it their own way and their own route, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, for myself, I never really like got into like certain brands. I just don't wear. So like when certain things come up, it doesn't really affect me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Snoop basically say, yo, it feel like everybody's off the Gucci train.
Yeah,
like nobody's boycotting it no more, but like I think it was a moment that we had to let people know that we as a culture was serious. But I think everybody back on this shit now.
Just hey, I
think like let's just be honest. Like I think if somebody wear it, like nobody's gonna be mad. Now if you like, yo, you heavy out here promoting them, you know, like I think Floyd, he was wilding a little bit. Like we were in the midst of it. He like, I'm going to the Gucci store. I'm like, chill. But I think now, everybody back on. If that's what you got in your closet, you're not about to throw that shit away.
I got a lot of Gucci in my closet now. Like, yeah, for sure.
More than any other brand?
You said what?
Do you have more than any other brand?
Yeah, Dior. I got like, that's why I said like I just, especially when I first crunk up and I started taking off, like the show money was so good and it was coming so fast, I'm taking 5,000 just to get fresh every time. This every day though.
Every day?
Yeah.
You talking about every day, so you gotta know my closet look crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Where do you keep all that shit on the road?
Nah, but I take me a little care pack and then it was like I just don't even pack, so I didn't even pack sometimes, I just go. Like, give me just all the undergarments and just go.
Well, yo, my question is like, all right, with that, like spending that type of bread, I know a lot, you ain't doing shit 2 and 3 times though. I know
No. Now, if it's something that I ain't gonna cap, like some people gonna get on here and cap. Like, if you got them jeans and them jeans fly, you ain't wearing them jeans. Yeah. You ain't wearing them jeans no one time and you throwing away. That's cap. You know what I'm saying? Jacket, like you got a flat jacket, you wanna bust it like 1 or 2 times. You ain't gonna be too extra with it and let them constantly see you in it, but you gonna swap it up.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying like when you get certain pieces, do you like spending so much money? Have you ever looked back on your bread and be like, damn, I bought a lot of shit I ain't even rock yet or never even plan to rock?
Exactly. Like, and my entourage tell me that a lot too. Like, my bro, what you gonna do with this? You ain't even, I can go and get that, John. Let me go and get that. I just be like, all right, cool. It's all love.
You ever thought about getting a stylist at that point though?
I probably, at this point in my career, I feel like I need a style, but I'm picky though, and I just feel like they can just go grab everything and let me run through it if I do get a stylist. I don't need them telling me what I need to wear, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
That's how I feel about a stylist.
Yo, are there any cool female rappers coming up in Memphis you think we should check for? Obviously, you're a fan of City Girls. Megan Thee Stallion, we were talking about yesterday, she did an interview with Fader where she's talking about how she feels like there's a double standard for female rappers, like that she has to go so much harder. Like, she can't just get on a track and say nonsense, you know,
I feel like females do have to go a little more harder because people be trying to overlook them and all that, but I'm supporting everything. I'm supporting everybody. Just trying to, you know what I'm saying, make a way for themselves. So.
But no girls come out of Memphis right now?
Not right
Maybe
now.
just bubbling?
They gonna sign them first anyway.
Yeah, he's not trying to like spill the secrets right now.
Dottie in the meeting with him right now.
Listen, them niggas down there don't play they don't play no games. Every time I talk to somebody that works with somebody from Memphis, they like, yeah, we done signed everybody up already. Like, you can't even come down here and grab that. Yeah, it's like they sign everybody quickly.
But when they get the boiling, then y'all gonna hear about them. We're gonna talk on them, we're gonna speak on them.
Yeah. But it seems like, you know, because Tennessee, just period, is big for music. Like, all the publishing companies is big down there. It seems like y'all building y'all own shit, like y'all own, like, own world when it comes to music down there. You know? Like, y'all have y'all own facility. I'm pretty sure y'all got your own facilities in Memphis. Do you record out of there a lot when you home?
Yeah, like, I had bought me a home in Memphis. I just built me a studio. It's like on one side of the house, I just built it out. Heartless, like the whole red and black thing. So I'm really locked in my own studio now. But at first I was going to like the little $30 an hour studio, the $40 an hour studio, getting it in and taking a mix and letting somebody else do it. You know what I'm saying?
But that's dope. It seems like y'all invest in yourselves a lot down there. Just the South specifically. You know
exactly. Most definitely. You got to though. Especially if you want to get, you got whatever you put in, that's what you're gonna get out. Like.
Absolutely.
Does the South love Old Town Road?
Now they went crazy. Like, just did this festival in Memphis in May. Me and Carter B, 6 Black, Charlie Brown, was a lot of people. And they were crazy. There was like 25 to 30,000 people out there. And they played there and they went dumb. Like, they went crazy. So.
That's crazy. Did y'all see him, what's his name, buy Billy Ray Cyrus a Maserati? Lil Nas X?
Are you serious?
That was crazy.
Wow.
He bought him a Maserati as a gift.
Old Town Road, #1, 7 weeks.
Hey, 7 weeks, man.
Man. Wow, dude. That's. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you serious,
Let's go.
man? Whoa. We may not come back, man. Woo.
Let's take it out for a ride.
That's love right there.
Yeah, but
Maybe he's making all that money from that Wrangler collaboration.
Yo, would you like if Lil Nas X pulled up on you saying, yo, money, yo, let's do a country record, man. What's up?
Man, let's try it.
Let's try it? You got it?
Let's try it.
Yeah, shit.
It's a whole nother bag.
I know.
I'm open to new sounds though. That's a challenge though. Do you try to challenge yourself with shit like that? Like your new sounds?
I want to challenge myself like that. I want to do different stuff. Like, it don't matter.
Yeah, well, I mean, you say you already like you still trying to balance because you know, like you trying to grow. You
at the same time, and then you trying.
Your old fans is probably like, yo,
why you
nigga, don't be changing up on us and shit like
we
that.
lost him.
He's gone now.
As soon as you do a country track, even though you from the South, they gonna say he's out of here.
Exactly. Gone.
You ever be in the studio like, nah, man, I'm about to show my old fans I ain't changed, basically. Like, basically trying to, like, recreate some shit, you know, they will want to at least satisfy them. Because, you know, as you're growing, like, sometimes you might not want to make them type of records no more. Like, you know what I mean? You might be making different type of records. Not saying you don't want to do it sometimes, but when you keep hearing that and you active on social media,
exactly,
do you just intentionally do it?
Like, that's what I was saying again, like, when they be tweeting me and coming like, man, we want to hear this from you. That's why I put myself in that zone. Okay. I'm currently seeing they want something like doing too much. They want something like don't know. They want something like nonchalant and all them turned up vibes. Screaming, let me give it to them. So you right, I cook myself up, it's almost like when you blessed, when God touched you and got his hand on you and you got that talent, you almost close your eyes and place yourself where you used to be at and make a song off that. So you ain't got to, so I feel like even if whatever type of level of the game you at, if you talented, you can just really put yourself back there and go in like that. If you're a real artist, you can paint that picture. You know what I'm saying?
So since you listen to the feedback on Twitter and you take requests, if I hit you enough times on Twitter, would you entertain the features I'm asking for?
Okay, running back again, what you say?
Like if I hit you on Twitter enough times and beg for like certain collaborations, you would like take me seriously?
Yeah, I take it in consideration. I'll listen. I'll be like, okay, let's try it.
You know what's funny? I remember, you one of the artists that are actually like really active on Twitter. Yeah. I remember back, and this is probably an old story, but when I think your Twitter was hacked or some shit with the old tweets, there was some old tweets that came out, and I remember looking at that because everybody asking me like, yo, this real? I'm like, I don't know if it's real.
No, most definitely that ain't real. I ain't even getting down like that, but it's like, I had got the account, like, I didn't know like stuff was gonna turn out how it did, and then I was new to Twitter when I got the account. I had got the account for somebody in Memphis, and boom, my career started taking off. And I ain't thinking like to go back and delete and trash everything that she was tweeting.
Oh yeah, Chris it was a girl who has your Twitter, she was lusting after Chris Brown. So everybody was like, wait, you mean to tell me Moneybagg Yo, this is what he was doing before fame? To the mass world, they don't know who you were before you got popping. You feel me? Yeah. So they making all types of stuff. But the girl had the Twitter.
That was actually her Twitter. I just changed the name, and then once I got to where I got, they put the blue check on it. So it just made it like, but I ain't go back and delete. And God had hit me, oh, yo, you might need to go deactivate your Twitter. Something going on. He already know what's up with me. So he like, man, you need to go deactivate your Twitter, man, until we figure this thing out. So I was like, what's going on? He like, man, all kind of tweets going on. And I had shut it down and they got it right, so.
Yo, with and just switching gears a bit, like with the elevation in your career, I seen one time you say that like a lot of tragedy happens usually when things come about, like good things come about for you. Has that changed now? I mean, like, or has your focus kind of shifted from that? You know, unfortunately, going through hardships in life, you know what I mean? Like, but that has built
like losing
you as well.
people.
Like excuse me, losing people, etc. Like, I know that built you early on, but do you see like other things in front of you now that kind of help build you?
Yeah, I feel like the people that I lost on my way to success, they were angels I needed. And I ain't saying it to be like, wow, they died, whatever. Nah, it's just like, I really needed them on my side to get to the next level. And it seemed like that because every time somebody special in my life died or passed, it just like my career went to the next step. Yeah. And it would crowd like, damn, why I couldn't share this with, right. So it was just crazy, but it was a blessing at the same time. I had to understand it.
Yeah, it's good to see that you keep your head up through it all. You know what I mean? Like for real, because being
an artist, a lot of pain built up, but you a leader. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Right. You got people looking at you. You're a role model, so you got to stay focused. You got to stay pushed.
Wow, I like that
so
you
dope
said
that he
yo.
says
Yeah,
that.
for
No
real,
one
nah.
says that. No one wants to be a leader or a role model.
Look at he look confused.
Wow.
Nah, but that's dope. 'Cause you usually don't see people say, no, like, embracing that, because you're a very young man and a lot is coming to you quickly. And I mean, you work really hard for it, but to say that you're a role model and understand that, that's big.
Exactly.
Yeah, we talk a lot about artists on the show, unfortunately, who sort of like have trouble leaving the streets behind, and like legal issues keep catching up and derails their career, and they might come home, it seems like they have a second chance, but they'll circle back. So is that all just your internal drive, you know, working for your family, or also like having Gotti to like be there to give you advice?
You gotta have a ton of business, because I ain't gonna lie, like sometimes you get to missing them feelings, especially when you really used to live like that. You get to missing them feelings like, man, I wanna pull up in the hood, I wanna pull the Rolls Royce up and walk home and just kick it and buy a pound and smoke it all with everybody in the hood, and like, you know what I'm saying, just give junkies, like, you know what I'm saying, you can't, but sometimes you gotta understand you can't even do that no more. Come a point in time, like, and they'll look at it like you acting green or you acting funny, but like, you can't do that. Like, that's why some people, like most people die in their hoods and everything. Like, stuff can happen so fast, and you can't put yourself in them situations and set yourself up like that. You just gotta be focused.
That's big.
But how do you balance that though? Because like, even say like the Nipsey Hussle situation, right? Like, you know, like he was there trying to do the right things. But at some point, you know, I guess maybe he lets his guard down a little bit. Does that deter you from like, you know, I ain't going, like, forget even doing that. I'm gonna stay away from going back too much or even doing too much back home.
Yeah, it just make you be like, okay, I'm gonna do it like this. If you just figure out a way to do it in a better way to like prevent those things from happening. You just like, I don't know, you just gotta be real smart like with the situation. Not saying rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, not saying that he wasn't smart enough. He just, the love was there, he just felt good, like it was just a good moment, like, and it just, I don't know, it was just a crazy situation, but you do just gotta be real careful with them situations. And, yeah.
I think your presence, like being an artist, that your presence can hold a lot of weight as opposed to you always being somewhere. It's like, we've seen a person like Jay-Z do a lot of stuff in Marcy and do stuff like in Brooklyn without him actually having to be there on site. So it's like, is that something that you look towards? Like not just throwing a cookout or something, you know what I mean? Because that's a lot, everybody do that. We even throw a cookout or a basketball tournament, but just different things that you could do to like show kids that you actually care without actually having to be there. Because for the 10 people that love you, it's always that 2 or 3 that's like, man, that nigga don't do nothing for us.
Exactly. It's always gonna be somebody on the sideline, hey, but you know what I'm saying, you need them, like, you supposed to feed off that.
Right.
But I got like artists that I'm working with under my label, Bread Gang, anyway. So it's just like I have my name on it. Moneybagg Yo presents this, give back, all this. You know what I'm saying? Tour drive, backpack drive, whatever you want to do, and put my artists on it and let them do their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Dope,
Big Homie YG. I got a lot of artists. Bread Gang, Splat. I got a lot of people that's coming. They bringing it too.
Yeah, Interscope loving you over there, so I know. Did you do your label deal yet already?
No, not yet.
All right.
It's in the works.
I fuck with the name though, Bread Gang.
Yeah.
I saw like Meg Thee Stallion was like rocking a chain or some shit.
You gonna try it?
Gonna help you.
No, that's the homie though. Like, it's my G. Like, she cool.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yo, congrats on the new project. So Forever Heartless, that's out this week. Yo, it was very nice to meet you and really nice to hear that you believe in leadership and being a role model. This shit is like super encouraging, man. Congrats on everything.
I like that you say he's about growth, because you know sometimes like that love in a particular demographic, when you're getting a lot, you don't even want to elevate. You feel me? And then when you start getting criticisms about that elevation, you feel bad. It's like crab in the barrel shit.
Yeah, you get to playing with your head. And like, I might need to go back and.
That usually fuck you up. So shit, I'm proud that you taking it to the next level.
Absolutely. We definitely gonna be here for the ride.
For sure.
So I don't know if you want to come back for the second annual Everyday Struggle Awards. We're filming in December.
Even if I don't win it, I'm still gonna come back.
Yeah,
and rock
just
with
come and
y'all.
kick it. Or I don't know if you want to take this thing home. It's super heavy, but
I'm taking it.
it's nice to have you. Go check out the new project Forever Heartless. Shout out to Moneybagg Yo.
Oh, yeah, that City Girls shot.
Yeah.